We have things to talk about.
Big things, big things.
So, maybe you heard, maybe you didn't, but
Drumroll, please. Chicago Man and I are no longer talking. So many of you want to know the tea, what happened, what's going on. So let's get into it.
let's do it, you guys.
So let's rewind back to a few weeks ago. He came to my hometown.
Stop. I need to pause because what if people don't know who this Chicago Man is? Like, it's a guy you've been like talking to for a few months.
We were talking for a couple of months, doing long distance. We hung out a few times. So basically, every time we saw each other, we were going to a different place, okay? And so he was coming to my hometown. So I started seeing the words and the actions not aligning, and by the end of the weekend I was able to take a step back. So I dropped him off at the airport, took a step back, and sat there truly thinking, reflecting, because we have the 3-month rule. And if you don't know what the 3-month rule is, we do not commit to boys in any capacity until it's been at least 3 months. And this is because the red flags will always surface in some capacity before then.
And it's like a proven fact, you guys. Like, we didn't just make this up. Like, everyone's on their best behavior the first 3 months.
Yes.
So Whitney,
according to psychology.
Yeah, psychology.
There's stats to support this as well.
So Whitney and Chicago Man are kind of right at they're almost at 3 months, right? You guys were close to it. Not there yet.
Not there yet.
And you started to notice these little...
When he brought it up, he's like, okay, we're getting close to 3 months, blah, blah, blah. And so then after the weekend, after I dropped him off at the airport, I took a step back, and I think everyone should do this before you commit to anyone. Sit and truly reflect. Is this person everything that I want and that I'm looking for? And are there red flags? Go through your checklist of everything. So I kind of started doing that, and I was like, okay, the words and the actions aren't aligning for me. And there were things that I brought up that I tried to talk to him about, and I don't want to say he was dismissive of my feelings, but just the feeling that it gave me having a conversation with him. And I told him this, I'm I didn't feel great, and I want to be with somebody that makes me feel safe and comfortable. And I think it's important to have healthy conflict resolution, and that just really wasn't there. And I feel for me, that was just kind of the final straw too. This was the day after I did the reflecting that we had this conversation. So I was just it's not what I'm looking for.
Give them an example of something that was small and maybe not a huge red flag,
Yeah.
but you noticed and you kind of maybe pushed it away.
Okay, so this is a perfect example of the words and the actions not aligning. So if you know anything about Whitney, Whitney is always passenger princess, always.
Always.
All my
I'm always
friends
driving.
Always. And so this is because I live in my car for the most part when I have my kids, and I mean driving them everywhere. And so the weekend prior to him coming to my hometown, he's I can't wait to drive you around and spoil you all weekend and just do these great things for you. And I'm okay. So then he comes to my hometown, and Mr. Mans didn't even offer to drive once.
Bom, bom, bom.
So I was
easy thing to do.
Right. And he's well, it was your town, your car, whatever, And I was but you knew it was going to be that when you offered to do that. So and then I just started thinking to more personal things. I'm that it's just the words and actions. That is a big thing, you guys. Big thing. If the words and actions aren't aligning, that's telling you a lot about how the future of the relationship will be as well. And for me, that is so important. Mm-hmm. So just going through what I want and what I'm looking for and just all of that, I'm this it's not hitting for me. And so
in the physical, how you were kind of feeling like you said, the kind of your skin, like how
No,
your body, listen to your body.
My face started getting bad. My skin was breaking out. And you guys, this has happened to me in my last relationship that I was in like a year and a half ago. Like the last probably like 2 months, my skin was getting so bad. At the end of my marriage, same. And I'm like, okay. And I started like paying attention to that. And I told Amanda that. And she's like, oh my God, like it's your body telling you physically, like, okay, you're not listening to what I'm trying to tell you, so there's going to be outward signs now. So like I noticed that as well. Yeah, and now like you can see I don't have like breakouts or anything. So it's like it's crazy.
It's like your body knows before your mind or your
Yeah.
heart knows. It's like that inner stress.
Yes.
And once you like called it quits, like that all resolved, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
I know. It is crazy. So I know everybody was like, what happened? I mean, there wasn't some big significant thing that happened. Like, I wish him well. Like, there's no ill will towards him. But it's like, he's not.
Wasn't
my
the
person.
one, you guys.
And that's a part of dating, too. You know, it's like, sometimes things don't work out. Like, that's why you date and
Yep.
explore and, like, meet people. Because you don't know. And, oh, hi.
Maybe it's the next one.
Probably not.
Oh.
But yeah, like you gotta stay
Yeah.
open-minded, but like also true to yourself and what you're looking for and what you want. And this is why it's important to have the list of like
Non-negotiables.
non-negotiables and what you want, like things you're willing to bend on, and stay true to that, because what you're looking for is out there.
Absolutely. I'm really proud of you, Whitney. I know it's like, and you had said like, I had met him once and he is a nice guy and like obviously wanting it to work out for you, but on the same token, it's like she said, don't settle and
Yeah.
there's certain things that if they mean so much to you
Yeah.
and you're telling your girlfriend and they're like, well, that's not that big of a deal. If it's a big deal to you,
Yes.
it's a big deal to you. So
Yes.
you need to just like, you know, take a moment and like rethink everything in a relationship before you fully commit.
Yes.
And that's exactly what she
And
did.
I think that is so important.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, if somebody asks you to officially date, like it's okay
Yeah,
to say,
say.
I need some time to think about this. And I'm not saying no. Like I just want to sit and like reflect for a minute and think, is this what I'm looking for? Is this what I want? Like, don't feel bad for doing that. And if it's your person, they'll totally understand or respect that.
Yeah. So Chicago man, no more.
We wish him well.
We wish him well. Maybe he'll find his person.
He will.
Whitney is single. Ready to mingle.
The story continues, you guys.
The saga.
Woo!
All right. Well, that's the update.
That's the update. Thanks for
Bye.
supporting. We love you so much.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.